Hi everyone and welcome back to another video and welcome back, sadly for maybe the last time, Christy Martin. How are you, Christy?
I'm doing well. It's been a while since we made a video together.
It has been a while. I have missed you very, very much here.
I missed you too.
I think my subscribers have missed you as well, but they've already been going over to your channel since you have
that's true.
been all over Taiwan, exploring Taiwan on your own now. For those of you who, for some reason, have missed those previous videos that we made, Christy Martin is another YouTuber here in Taiwan who moved here to Taiwan in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic, and you were here on a 10-month Fulbright program.
For teaching English, yes.
And now we are month 9 out of those 10, I believe.
Yeah,
so you're going back home to Florida. So
it's kind of sad.
I have to ask that just in general, how do you like Taiwan? Has it been a completely waste of time for you to be here?
No, it has not been a waste of time. It's definitely been the adventure that I asked for and so much more. I don't think I came in knowing a lot, and so I didn't expect a lot, but it just like blew any expectations I had out of the water. So yeah.
I think our second video together, we were talking about your first impressions of Taiwan. We did ask you a few questions, which we said at the end of your 10 months here in Taiwan, we were gonna re-ask you the same questions and see if your impression of Taiwan has changed during your time here in Taiwan, which is exactly what we're gonna do in this video. But before we get there, I just had some other just general questions. See how your time in Taiwan has maybe changed you, or what you would do differently if you would come back to Taiwan again. First things first, if I go back here to my notes from our previous videos, you did mention that you had a bucket list to do here in Taiwan, which included hot springs, Kenting, and night markets.
Okay.
Did you complete that?
I did.
You did?
And honestly, I completed it yesterday because I went to the hot springs yesterday. Don't recommend going to the hot springs in the summer, especially if they're outside. All we did was sweat, but I completed the bucket list.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so now you could finally go back home for this time then, but hopefully you will come back here.
I hope I can come back. I hope I can bring my family back here. I really want them to experience it. Yeah.
What is your favorite place in Taiwan?
Oh. Too hard. Okay, favorite place. So Penghu was definitely one of the cities. Obviously I like Taipei, but for some reason I feel like I need to mention other things than Taipei. I don't know why.
I would guess that Penghu technically, geographically, would be West Palm Beach of Taiwan.
Which is so funny because in Palm Beach there's like, you think of like palm trees and like cute little shops, beachy. But the cool thing about Penghu is the beachy there was like all the buildings were made of like coral, and they had these coral walls with like coral inside, and it just looked like a completely different beachy. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And I believe that some of your absolute first impressions was the cockroaches waiting for you in your new apartment.
Yeah, that was sad.
And your earthquake, which you experienced in the middle of the Taipei MRT.
The first probably 2 to 3 months, I was shocked a lot. But then as things come, even if they're shocking, I'm not shocked because it's part of the experience. I don't know that things would shock me anymore, which is really funny that you asked that question because I was thinking about that. It's got to do with the bugs. The bugs here are just bigger, guys. They are bigger than ones I've ever seen where I live. So I have these jumping spiders that will come into the office, and I've gotten so good at killing bugs. So it does shock me though. That still shocks me. Every time I move a pen and a spider comes out, I'm like,
I've kind of taken it upon myself to give you the Lukas crash course in Taiwanese culture. We've had Taiwanese breakfast, Taiwanese dinner. We've visited the Lunar New Year market, the Huajie. What else have you learned about Taiwan during these months?
I learned that you're supposed to open the door when there's an earthquake. Is that true?
My first day in class, they were like, okay, just to be safe, we're gonna have an earthquake evacuation drill. You should go to the fridge and you should open the fridge door, because then if the ceiling falls down, you have a door in the fridge will take the first bump and protect you. Plus you will be by the fridge, so you will have food and water nearby.
Oh, so if you get
if everything collapses, then you will survive. But I mean, in our fridge, we also have Swedish juice and milk. So it would not really make me survive that many extra days, to be honest. When you first came here, you had a very interesting packing list.
Yeah, we keep going back to this. For some reason, I'll never live this down.
Where, and I quote, you brought toothpaste, extra toothbrush, because, Taiwan maybe not have toothbrushes, deodorant, makeup, and Starbucks instant coffee and coffee creamers. Next time you come here to Taiwan, because I'm just going to assume that you, of course, you will come back here and visit again. What will you bring to Taiwan next time, which you did not bring this time?
No, honestly, I could just probably bring only one suitcase rather than two. I wouldn't bring anything extra. I brought way too much. I would have to just leave stuff at home this time.
Speaking about suitcases and your packing skills, what will you pack down and bring with you from Taiwan and back home?
Okay, so I tried to start buying souvenirs for like family and friends. So my dad really wanted to go to Taipei 101 if he was here. So I got all his like souvenir stuff from Taipei 101, which is super touristy. But I also wanted to bring back some snacks for them to try. So I know you mentioned pineapple cakes, so I still have to get those.
Definitely.
But I also like know there's a lot of like chip flavors. Like I've had like some seaweed like chip flavors or different types of candy. Like there's a Yakult candy, which I had never tried that flavor. So stuff like that I want to bring back for them as well.
Actually, as we are recording this video, I'm literally going back to Sweden myself within 24 hours.
It's crazy.
So I will show you. I actually bought 25 kilos of Taiwanese snacks to give to my family and friends.
That's a lot.
Some really, really interesting Taiwanese snacks. In the beginning of our YouTube collaborations together, I asked you a bunch of questions of your first impressions of Taiwan. So it's time to compare Christy's first impressions versus, I guess, your last impressions of Taiwan and see how your life here in Taiwan may or may not have actually changed.
Okay.
What is the first thing you would say when someone asks you to describe how it is living in Taiwan?
You will meet the kindest people, first thing. Also, you will try so many new foods. If you are a foreigner coming to Taiwan, you would try so many new foods, and I've honestly liked most of what I've tried, which is amazing. Yeah. I would also say it's really convenient, especially living in Taipei. I mean, 7-Eleven is amazing. Okay, I think now, I was thinking about this, what I'm going to tell people when I go back.
The bugs are huge.
Yeah, well, I won't start with that.
It started off with like, Taiwanese people are really friendly. Bugs are huge.
Just bugs. No, I tried to get it down to I think like 4 words, because like 4 words I would describe
Taiwan number 1.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's good. Yeah. I didn't think about that one. I think I would say friendly. I would say beautiful, convenient, and delicious.
Speaking about delicious, time for the next question. What is your favorite food?
Right now it is dumplings. I love dumplings. I still love dumplings. But I do like bao buns. It's like the fluffy bread, and then you like break it open, and it's got stuff inside.
Yeah, like steamed buns.
Yeah,
because like bao is like buns.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. What is the single best thing about Taiwan?
I think it's the natural beauty. There's just so much natural beauty. I don't remember what I said before, but I know what I'm saying now.
What are you saying now?
Okay, the people, for sure, hands down the people.
Okay.
Because the kids at school, I know I'm going to cry when I leave them because they're amazing, and the teachers I work with are amazing. And everybody else I've met has just been nice. And they're always willing to help, like above and beyond what you would even ask. And that's just been amazing. So, yeah, hands down the people.
Last time you said the natural beauty.
Oh.
Including, and I quote,
that's nice too.
Even the brown MRT line.
Oh, yeah.
which made it sound like it would be shit.
I love the brown line. I ride it every day, okay? I love it.
What is the most difficult thing as a foreigner living in Taiwan?
I know what I said last time because you made fun of me. I said walking. I've gotten better at that because I've had to do it every day. So now, okay, this is not as every foreigner. Like, this is me foreigner, okay? It's taking out the trash.
You said that you and your roommates, you leave the trash in your apartment for days, even though you hear the garbage truck going by your window.
That is true. I sat there last night and the garbage truck went by and I did not take out our trash. So yeah, it's
But what do you expect though? That they will come up, like knock on your door and you will be like...
I'm never gonna be used to it because we just leave it there. We leave piles there.
Maybe that's why you see like above average size of bugs, because they've been like feeding up your trash for like 2 or 3 days. You know, I probably should not mention this, but since we are on the topic, Minthia, please forgive me. My girlfriend hates going out with the garbage.
Okay.
And it's to the point where she would actually bring her garbage to here, to my apartment. So I will throw her garbage.
I love it.
And I'm like, what the you know, it's like, it's so weird.
That
So-
makes me actually feel way better, honestly.
So, yeah, I mean, it looks like you have actually gone into the Taiwanese way of living. You're more Taiwanese than you realize, because it's not only a foreigner problem, this is like a Taiwanese problem.
Okay, I feel a lot better. I'm gonna go tell my
Oh
roommate.
my God, girls. Oy,
That's
oy,
so
oy, oy.
funny.
What is something you have learned about Taiwan after moving to Taiwan? They have toothpaste. No.
But they, yeah, they actually have a lot of stores and I can get everything that I need here. Since I'm like specifically in education, I learned about the cram schools. I hadn't ever really thought about it or done research on it, but they're like everywhere, especially in Taipei. I learned a lot of things after coming to Taiwan because I didn't know anything coming to Taiwan. Let's just be real. I think my videos showed that. So,
Setting the bar very, very low. That's
one
good.
thing. After experiencing many hikes, by many I mean maybe 3, I realized that Taiwan hiking trails have a lot of stairs, which is very different from like American hiking trails.
Yes.
So that's something I learned, and that is something that about killed me. Yeah, on any hike.
It's basically like for your Fulbright program, right?
Yeah.
Like you were educated to become a teacher in the US,
Yeah.
and then you came here to teach Taiwanese kids. What would you say the biggest difference would be as you expect to be a teacher in the US versus being a teacher in Taiwan?
Kids here are just so well behaved.
Yeah.
Like, and I could say this because it was so shocking to me, like how well behaved they are. Sometimes I don't even know what they're doing wrong, and like they'll be in trouble, and I'll be like, did they do something? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, really? Oh, by
because
your other
compared
co-teacher.
Yeah, because compared to like the system in the education system, maybe in America, where students are not as well behaved, I was just like so shocked how well behaved these kids are. And it's a lot to do with probably parenting and like the way the teachers do run their classrooms. Maybe because they're so passionate about teaching, they just want to make sure the kids learn the best that they can. And I think that does help when kids are behaved. You can do a lot more teaching. So that was like the shocking thing to me. They were all like sitting in their seats, and I was like, wow, like, yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, props to them.
Amazing. Thumbs up for the Taiwanese kids.
Only positive experiences there.
And the last question is, what have you learned about yourself after coming to Taiwan?
This is a good question.
Haven't all questions been good questions?
Okay, they've all been good questions, but this is a good one too. Okay.
Finally, my last question.
Okay.
After like 30 minutes of recording, this is a good
Do you want me
question.
to say that's a good question after every question? Honestly, I'm gonna say that I can do more than I think. Like, I'm tougher than I think I am. Honestly, I've learned how like stubbornly independent I am. How I was maybe raised in America, or the culture I experienced in America, like we're very independent, I think, I would say. But I came here to a more collectivistic culture. And I think being so far away on the other side of the world, it's kind of taught me that, number one, I have to rely on, my faith in Jesus, but also on other people and asking for their help, which kind of is tough for me, which is why I said I was a little bit stubborn, because I'm like, I can do it. I can do that. I can figure it out. I can use Google Translate, but sometimes I can't. If you just like ask for help, they're like, why didn't you ask me earlier? Of course I'll help you. And I was like, what? I was like, really? Let me help you look for all these apartments. She came with us after school, me and my roommate, to go meet these like landlords to look for apartments, like above and beyond. But if I like had so much pride and like I was so like independent and I never asked for help, like honestly, we couldn't have done it without her. And just people here being so willing kind of like made me realize that, yeah, helping other people, working together, sharing ideas is actually a really cool way of doing things. Something I maybe didn't experience like in America where I live. That's a huge thing, I think. So, yeah.
In terms of your remaining days of your life and your YouTube channel, what can we see on your YouTube channel from now on and forward?
I wonder if people would be curious to see kind of my life in America. I know I've gotten like a lot of questions like, what's it like to live in West Palm Beach? Or like, would you typically do? And it is so different. Like now I know how different it is. So I hope maybe just to share a little bit of America, maybe with people in Taiwan if they want to continue watching, but also if I can bring some things for my family and friends to try, I would love to show like their reactions or their, I don't know, experiences trying things that are from Taiwan.
And if that's something that you want to see, please do not forget to subscribe to Christy's YouTube channel if you haven't already. And please also like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And please also help me share this video with someone who wants to get to know Christy and her first versus last impressions of Taiwan a little bit more. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.